with a lot of mids.
Yeah.
I don't care too much about the EXP because like whatever laning phase, but like against a Valir, against a Gord, against a Lilia, against so many mid laners, it just feels a bit awkward.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I'm wondering if
Zushin ban, Keto ban,
Or
or
Marcel. Like this is kind of weird. Marcel being left open like this.
this feels a bit weird for like a mid lane prio because A7, even though we don't want to consider their first game, like is best player one really comfortable playing a utility, or would he rather not?
Oh.
just use it. Just use it. You know.
Because
Soyo, Joy, Yisun Shin.
Because if then maybe you would. Okay,
Zushin.
Yo.
listen, open.
But the Marcel's open.
Yeah.
Well, picked up. But then, as a Marcel, I hate a few roamers. Namely the Khalid,
Yeah.
the Hilda,
Anyone that can really match his like movement.
speed, and then does a lot of damage to me. Because early game, Marcel is a bit squishier than most roamers. It's only after it's only after a few stacks on the Thunderbelt, then you feel a bit tanky. But yeah, Fredrin, first pick here, Akaino.
Could be the he's banned out the Baksha as well.
Oh,
That's why
right,
they
right,
take the only utility jungle left. So KOG might have to go back to what they won MSL with, which was Assassins on Kaizen.
I mean, there's still the Bowman if they want to try that.
That's true. They also pick up the Claws so that the Alpha 7 Yves gets into a bit of trouble.
Yeah, and at least for A7, they don't really have to worry about like another terrifying Gord game up against a Fredrin because they've already locked in the juice in. Wait, that's actually something they could pick themselves, but that's only if KOGs also consider like one of the last few remaining. No, there aren't any remaining utility junk.
Whoa.
Oh, there!
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
forgot about it.
It's also very, very good against the Fredrin, by the way. It's a known counter. Paquito gets picked up in the XP, so they're aiming to go for what, like a Harith pick, but A7 pick it up before KOG can get it in the second phase.
Right now, KOG looks like it's full dive here.
Yeah.
Right? Like, even if they pick
All
up a
in.
carry, I feel like the carry will be safe because there's so much protection in the front.
They can still go Claude as well. Claude's something they can
Yep.
actually go and play both sides, dive or front to back. Then all they need is a beefy boy up front. Now, what tank do you go for here?
I mean, we saw Grok yesterday. Even a high loss wouldn't be bad here going up against Marcel
That's
as
what
well
I'm
as
thinking.
the Fredrin.
Ilos, not bad at all.
They're not like KOG's not really gonna go dive either. So
Especially if the Gord is banned. High loss, why not?
Okay, by the way, they ban out the Eve, so I don't think they're going to go for the Claude. I think they're just going to go for a front to back, like you mentioned.
Yeah, or they just want a safe ban, you know?
Could be.
Just want a safe ban.
A fill that gets taken out by A7.
because if it's not that, I mean, like playing the Tro into this is gonna be a bit tricky too. You're always gonna be spotted out by the Marcel.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's not necessary because even though you can still use the choke quite well, it's annoying going up against the Marcel. Especially if you commit a flicker and then you just get platinum snapped.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, come on.
That's true.
Okay. Final ban coming down for KOG. What is it going to be?
Should be Gord. I feel like it should be Gord.
Word.
If it's not Gord, I can see... Yeah, maybe just Lilia because I
Gord
think
Marcel. Yeah.
it's still okay. It's still okay. Kimi wouldn't be bad too. I feel like Kimi can fit Alpha 7.
It's a Yuzhong. Okay. So the Claude is actually still open for KOG later on if they...
Maybe they do want to
wanna-
let the Gord through because they do want the Claude, right? Yeah, but they pick up the Kimi. So they want someone to have continuous pressure. And now when it comes to the EXP, if the Kiddo gets a good angle, he should have a few good shots here. Now, in terms of the pick in the gold,
Ooh.
I still feel Carry or Claude either is okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of magic too from A7, by the way.
Which kind of makes it good for high
This
loss.
front to back is kind of crazy for A7.
And it looks like both teams kind of want to play that, right?
Yeah.
We'll just...
It's front to back with
it really feels like AOT.
What?
Titans coming this way, and then the Soldier's coming on this way, and then just like... Sasageo.
Hey, you know what? A7 might actually take a bit of inspiration from the Mongols here by picking up an Alice last pick. They need a frontliner.
Well, that's all magic,
Right,
really.
That's true. That's true.
Oh.
Whoa! So 3 damage dealers!
Nice.
And not really a tank in Marcel. The only frontliner is Fredrin here.
They're
Front
really,
to back.
They're really
Wow.
trusting
So-
best player one here.
Yeah.
Hey, you can have your opinions to yourself. I'm going to be throwing it over to you, but I would say KOG, they have a pretty interesting draft. It is good, but it requires high execution. With that being said, I'm going to throw it over to Mirko as well as Brigida for KOG going up against Alpha 7.
Here we go, folks. It's a Guinevere. Honestly, on paper, I like KOG's draft. It feels much more normal.
Normal.
Like, I mean, the 3 damage dealers with a Marcel. You got a combo with the Marcel with the Kimmy,
Yeah.
but you got a lot of magic damage. I guess the balance is with the physical damage. At the end of the day, though, how the heck is this Fredrin going to go up against a Guinevere to win out those retry battles?
Yeah. Okay, we're heading into game number 3, and I'm thinking that could this be their way of just really keeping it quite similar to the first game that we saw from them, but this time a bit more successful, because it feels very individualistic. Like the draft.
Now that you mentioned that, it makes sense.
It's like
they were very individual in the first
Yeah.
match. Maybe they just need to lean more towards that side.
But is that really gonna work? Because it's a macro team you're up against. It's KOG.
Yeah.
They play as a team, literally as a unit. And if you're just really aiming to go for these individual plays, like the Benedetta on Naths, the Kimmy, and the Marcel doing their own thing.
Oh, I'm here. All right. Hey.
One thing's for sure, to counter that argument, A7 got no synergy.
Oh.
Yeah,
if
because
they try to out team fight, if they try to out macro KOG, I think it's just they're leaving everything else at the door. So now that you see this,
for me,
makes
Nats
sense.
cannot throw, because we saw yesterday when I believe it was the 7th match of the day, where it's escaping my mind who played that, but
VSG Ace. No. It was
We're back.
Mongols KOG.
no, it was, I think it was VSG. But yeah, like the Benedetta dives in and then just puts his own team in a situation where yeah. Oh, that's right. JM. But yeah, still, this is just something that I feel like when you're using a Benedetta, when you're using an Arlit, when you're using a hero that can dive, that can set up for your team, you just gotta be careful, because as a roamer, right? You and me, Brigida, we're roamers. We know when we make a good engage, we feel good, but we also know we have those engages that just sabotages our team, right?
Yeah.
And then people have the gall to say, okay, then right, you guys can go in the game.
Hey, welcome to the Land of Dawn, folks. Both XP laners go for a lethal ignition.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness.
That's the MSC champion matchup in the EXP lane for you.
That's true. That's very true. 33, 2017, right?
Yeah.
And that's 2022. Lethal Ignition, Festival of Blood. But there's a bit of difference. 33 has gone for extra penetration. Now Nats doing a good job against the Paquito. This should be, on paper, a winning matchup for Paquito.
Okay. Now I see how they're planning to make it work. Kaizen is very low here. Whole World and Shark are actually looking like they're going to be a very dependable mid duo this time around. So if we were to go back, then yes, A7, that might be the game plan. It's just probably really the trio mid that we need to see a bit more coordination from. Because it's a Fredrin, I don't think you can really be like too individualistic if you're a Fredrin.
I like the improvement, though, straight up from A7 already. Game number 1, they completely let go of their topside jungle. So best player 1 got evaded very early. Here, it almost happened as well. KZ straight from the Raptor over, from the Lizard straight to the Beetle. But A7 caught it early, and it will not be a full-on buff take.
Oh. That's in 33rd here. Get a bit of help from Shark and Nile. And I like how it's... I agree. There somehow in the wild card has been quite, or a bit too much explosiveness coming in from the damage EXP laners, specifically those getting a hold of the Benedetta. But I'm hoping and I'm seeing how they're definitely going to try to keep it a bit more balanced this time.
Yep.
You definitely could not make as much mistakes as Nath this time around. Now look at that advantage he's gotten over 33.
Really good eye for an eye there to take away some of that damage from the jab of 33. A7 with Prio. It's Cold World and Shark already in position. Best player 1 holding on to the neutral objective.
Oh, Shark scouting out majority of the members. Traction pulls laid down too, but Kaizen actually wins out the retribution. Does A7 still go for it? It's a no. Okay, this is a much disciplined A7 we're seeing, but KOG do not want to let them be like that. 33rd, fix up first blood. That was Shark that they found, and now is the purple buff slowly being taken away from best player 1. But at least they're able to regain their position.
That was supposed to be their lifeline. A7 to win out the turtle and to start things off good with this greedy lineup. But Kaizen's gonna go in.
Okay, now they're after best player 1, and now picks up the kill. Nats could barely do anything. He could just watch.
Oh my lord. KOG are just outclassing A7. In game 1 for A7, it looked like all right. You know, they started off the game really bad. It was a few cheese movements from the anti-handshake man, Xora. But this game, they got their pathing. They're forcing out fights.
Yeah, but KOG, when they know that they're not prepared, they're not really taking on these fights. Knockup, though, once again, coming in from Zed. And the spatial migration from KZ not really gonna land on anyone, but A7, they couldn't really farm as freely as they want to.
Yeah, KOG has just been getting so much tempo on the map. Payan, after that turret goal taken away, Kaizen just gets out after taking a beetle. And it's another gold crab given over to Payan. This is just disastrous for A7. It is fantastic, though, for KOG.
Yeah. What do we say about KOG working as a unit? Right now, it seems like majority of their rotations have been at least 2 or 3 members alongside Kaizen, and they've been making it work. This is the exact opposite of what we're seeing from A7, where they have been doing some things individually on the map, specifically when you look at the EXP lane, but together with Best Player 1, we're not seeing much. They haven't been able to really utilize this composition just yet. And now we're seeing the next objective come up. Shark, this is how you expect a Marcel to be played, but you're not really getting much value out of it when you look at the other members of A7 just yet.
Yeah, and you saw just how squishy he can be when the Paquito gets his hands on the Marcel. Shark got blasted by the Paquito. Look at his rotation. Tempo in the bottom lane. They're going to make Nats lose a whole wave. As they rotate, and A7 did not have control over the neutral objective. Nile, good job taking the aggro, and Kaizen's going to try to bait out the Purify up top.
Kaizen went for Zia first, forcing out the Purify and even the Zaman Force. Now A7 lose a major resource before this objective, but they're still going to go for it anyway. There goes the Golden Orb!
Oh no.
It stopped even the turtle, but it's still A7 who are able to secure it nonetheless. Now Kaizen falls in. They're going for the chase. They want to take more. Payan looks to be the next target, but they're being very careful. They do not want to risk it.
Usually that would be a big mistake, man, for the Marcel to just freeze it out when the Fredrin, best player, could go for the retreat, but Sharks takes it at the end of the day. So, hey, if it works out, it ain't a bad play. A7 still in this game.
Okay. That was... I also couldn't recall how exactly things happened because it's just literally 1 HP left.
Yeah.
For the turtle before it actually went over to the hands of A7. And I don't know if the Retribution was already used it. Wow. Okay. Damage EXP. This is why we also called in Nats Entertainment way back. There's just so much action going on. EXP damage.
It's still very tough though to pull off the Benedetta against the Paquito. Only few have succeeded with that matchup. And yeah, I thought that was going to be really bad with Zia already uses Amount Force and Purify, but they managed to come in. Shark, so far, saving A7 from a possible, 3,000 gold lead for KOG.
Yeah. At least they also are really holding on to the majority of their resources. Just yet, even though we've seen KOG multiple times just really attempt to keep the tempo going, even occasionally stealing away some jungle camps from A7. Best Player 1 is a bit behind, but not too significantly. So I wonder how A7 are planning to be a bit more proactive this time. They definitely are with the Marcel. We've seen that countless times, but the damage doesn't seem to suffice just yet. Traction Pulse that's used though. And Crimson Beacon is down for Zed.
Good damage. Coming in from A7, good poke. They bait out the Crimson Beacon right before the neutral objective. This should be free. Never mind. Payan up top, staying in this lane. The man that I thought was going to be the star of the day yesterday. Predictions. With the Claude, it's his comfort pick. But finally, there you go. A7 with the neutral objective control. That's 2 turtles to 1.
Yeah, the macro team that KOG is clearly just decided to let go of that turtle in exchange of more structures across the map. And I think this is really one way that they could definitely deal with the threat of the Benedetta and how they're able, or A7 is able to utilize it. Because now they're forcing reactions slowly against A7. They're going to force a fight down bottom as well, but the damage coming in from Zia will be enough to take down 33. But again, it's a damage Paquito, so kind of like expect him to be one of the better targets too.
Yeah, and that's why we don't really see too many Paquitos go full-on damage. Usually there's a good mix. Good ult, Golden Hour.
Okay, now it's Best Player 1 intercepting from behind, making sure that he will be providing assistance to this team. But A7, they're still going for it. Nile will be the casualty. And now it's Kaizen.
Oh, Payan!
Payan is actually gonna go in. Okay. That's just for the orange buff.
Yep. Leashing Best Player 1 to get the orange buff. They're actually converting on objectives really well. Clearing out mid. Nat's doing the dirty work here. Dodges away from the spatial migration. BP trying to punish Kaizen. Traction pulse. Almost. Even a bonk. Oh. Dang. They really want to get Kaizen down, man.
Kaizen's been like... He's the one doing a lot of the more individual things. Making sure that the waves are managed even in that mid lane where it feels like it could have been something that A7 just immediately transitioned towards right after they were able to get that bottom turret, didn't really happen. And now it's a bit tricky if you think about it, because even against Best Player 1, or especially against Best Player 1 and Zia, it seems like Kaizen has been very particular with who he wants to use the spatial migration Violet Requims on. Like, you see him walk in front of you, very honestly.
Yeah.
But it's a mystery how he's still able to land these spatial migrations on the targets that he wants.
There's usually just a combo together with the Gwyn. That's
Yeah.
why you pick it up. You want to have a combo with it. But here it's just an independent Gwyn. And it wasn't even like
Yeah.
a full neutral objective win, right? I mean, Turtle won, 50-50 retry he wanted, but then after that, it's just been Shark and then a free one for BP up top. It's a 1v1, 33 versus Nats.
Whoa, okay. They probably are not going to continue this anymore. At least we know both XP laners are up top, trying to deal with the waves before we fully transition to this next objective, which is already the Lord. Hazen's already here, Best Player 1, 2. They're just seeing each other. Who's going to go first?
It's all about the combo. Nats has Prio up top. He already rotates first. Tempo on the side of A7.
Oh, they're bursting it down. They want to make his store, and now the traction pulls!
Oh.
They're bursting down Kaizen! The best possible target before this objective taken. Now Payan using the blazing duel, but he's cancelled by the
Payan.
energy eruption.
Whoa.
33! He finds Zia though! Cold World trying to deal with him,
What?
but the Lord! Payan!
Whoa.
Payan! Actually takes the Lord!
Seals it away, the Art of Thievery from the Claude. Payan saves the day, getting the kill on BP. Nats and then the Lord. Oh god, what a chaotic fight. They got Kaizen at the start of the fight. They could have just gone for the Lord, but instead they looked for the chase. It initially looked good as Nats got the Petri, but no one else was on the same page. They were all held down by 33. KOG side laners with a massive save, with a massive play to keep them in the game.
Yeah, they were both low, but they both agreed to just go for the Lord. And that was knowing that the entire team fight has been split up. Anyway, Nats! Kaizen finds him yet again. It hasn't been such a great time for Nats just yet in this game. Traction pulls. Crimson Beacon out. They're holding on to this mid turret. Payan almost taken out. Golden R trying to keep him safe. And Best Player 1 walks out, but Shark will be the sacrifice.
Oh my goodness. Kaizen gets a spatial migration, but it's buffered by the dash, so Kaizen can't really follow it up with the big Violet Requiem. Still though, KOG are well and truly back in the game. A7 trying to make a lot of plays across the map to clear the waves, but it did not work out. It backfired for Nats completely. A Sokolil for Kaizen, and it seems like it's going to be the tier 2 up top fallen as well.
Okay, traction pulls. So they get to defend this tier 2 up top, but it's terrifying. KOG are now working as a unit, and there you go! Kaizen starts things off. Best Player 1 is the target, but it's A7 clapping back! They take out 3. They're chasing after Nile, and Kaizen still has the Raging Sandstorm and will get out safely.
Oh my god, Nats with the instant redemption, finding the Petrify. What a shot from Zia as well.
Whoa.
They're going to go for the one straight
Whoa.
push. A7.
Okay, could this be a one-way? The Diamond Force already laid down. They really
Nile?
wanted to take their time. Nile tried his best to delay, but they
Wait a
still
second.
have a minion left. Golden R on Kaizen! And all they want is the base! Kaizen, using the Retribution, actually takes out the minion, but they still have one wave left, but KOG are back!
Oh, what a save by Kaizen. Nile initially, it looked kind of troll. Walking up there, trying to clear out the wave, but they calculated it just for Kaizen's retry to be up. It looked so darn good already for Shark. The golden hour to keep him at bay, but it wasn't enough. KOG live to see another day, and now all 5 are up. The advantage on turrets non-existent. A7 and KOG both can clear out waves. Nats is still already in the far lane, holding that wave, trying to clear it. 40 stacks on Cold World.
Yeah, I was about to say, no one has really dealt with Cold World. I think he's one of the more noticeable players in this game if you're KOG, because it seems like Nats, Zia will take up so much of your attention. Okay, Kaizen gets spotted again. And yeah, that's something I'm worrying about, because Kaizen seems to be the more forward member all the time.
Yeah, and it's a big problem. Shark in the back, trying to go for the cut.
Okay, Zed gets
What?
briefly.
A bit of panic in the eyes of Zed. A7 know that there's no Crimson Beacon. The backliners are safe. Cold World unnoticed this far, but I don't think he's going to stay unnoticed for much longer. Kaizen with a flank.
Okay, Nats already spotted out Kaizen. Oh my goodness, 33! Did not want to be in that position, but because of that, Kaizen actually will find Nats. Violet Requiem as well, but he had to get out. He's being bursted down really fast. Best player one secures the objective, but Payan! He might have just saved the game for his team. It's a 3-for-3 so far. Nats versus Nile alongside best player one, but the base. Fortunately, minions are spawning, but Nile, can he get out of this? It's a no.
Big Bong to seal his fate. Now it's up to 33, who's up and forward together with Zed. Zed didn't use the Crimson Beacon in that fight. It was already down, so he has it here. Best player one, straight into the mid lane. Nats with a push-in bot. Can A7 look for the end?
All right, 33 and Zed. They have such a huge task, but the damage coming in from Nats might just be enough. But 33 is clapping back. 33 taken down by Nats. Nats cannot escape though as Zed finds him too.
Big wave down below. The minions. Can it save the day? Gonna get a single base turret. KZ retreats it. And KOG keep their side base turrets alive. Oh my god, what an action-packed game. A7 and KOG going ban for ban. Both XPs down. There's another wave up top.
This is the back and forth that we've been looking for. Kaizen uses the Violet Requiem just to not get caught in that. But they get to clear it nonetheless. Okay, I think we can breathe for a bit now. We still have 90 seconds before the next Lord, and KOG might just get to find their positioning again outside of their base.
Oh, my hero moments. How many hero moments have we seen this game? Shark with a turtle steal, Payan with a lore steal, and then we have 33 and the rest of the boys just defending. Kaizen with a retry as well. That's getting some big petrifies, and it is a Queen's Wing, so that's why 33 was able to really hold on for such a long time, and he's going to go and build some more tanky items. On the other side of the map, though, it is just pure damage for Nats, right now at least. Rose Gold Meteor being the only defensive item. He's building towards the Ares belt, so a bit more HP.
And I think another good thing is the fact that KOG were able to somehow shut down Cold World, so the stacks have been lessened by just a bit. Okay. They're holding on to that base turret.
They gotta. That's the far lane. That could have actually given A7 a massive advantage coming into the possibly last Lord of the game. I don't want to call it just yet. It's not evolved. But Kaizen, it's so hard to be an independent Guinevere. He's always had to use the Violet Requiem before the fight even starts.
Yeah.
He still gets it though. Good retry to take it away. It's going to be down for a bit. It won't be detrimental to the Lord just yet.
Yeah, and is really trying to find a target from behind still the best way to go around this game now that we're approaching the late game. All purifies are still up. Now it's a concealed play coming in from KOG. Shark will just run away from that. And now let's see how they decide to deal with the lanes before we head into this objective. Because A7 are already starting it out.
Okay. Wave bot is good for A7 as well. 33 didn't have enough time. Shark gonna go for the zone in the back line on Kaizen.
And Kaizen goes back in! Was it the right decision though? He uses the spatial migration to get out. Another concealed play coming from A7
Shark
this time! Sharp using the golden arm, but Payan was able to dodge it nonetheless. Best player won with the retribution. The Lord was all they wanted, and now they're trying to run away. They're waiting for the Lord. They want to put an end to this game.
Massive play from Shark to zone everyone on KOG from the Lord, and it's free for BP1. No 50-50s at hand. Now it's a push, not an evolved Lord though. KOG have some decent clear with the Paquito and the Claude.
18 minutes in. Although this is not an evolved Lord, but this is 18 minutes in. Death timers are really going to matter at this point, and A7 are just walking with this Lord. They have a huge advantage in their hands, but what can KOG do? Now they're going to group up. Now they're going to play as a team. But will A7 allow them to? Kaizen catches 3! Golden R! Stopping the other members from following up. But the final blow actually lands. Kaizen is nowhere to be found. KOG. No what ultimates are available. It's just buy-in.
They got consistent damage though. As long as Zia doesn't have Zaman Force, I don't think A7 can end.
Okay. They get to clear. They will be okay.
There you go.
Zaman Force gets used though once again. 33! Still alive. Shark though gets knocked up. Lantern Flare available again. All base turrets have been taken out. But Sid! We did not expect that. Winter Ground Blazing. Do it. Combo from Payan and 33. They're saving this game for KOG.
Immortality with Rose Gold. Payan gonna get taken down. Massive Raging Sandstorm.
All right, best player one. He's still alive. He's gonna be okay. A flicker from Guile. Can he save this game? It seems like no. A7 take their first win here in the Wild Cards.